Hello and welcome to this review of CI ROC VS Very Special French Brandy, introduced in 2018, a line extension to the CI ROC Grape Vodka line series, introduced in 2003 by Diageo. This will run you about $30 a bottle. I think I got it for $29. I can't remember the store. But I figured, well, I'll get it because everybody's going to have it for at least $30, so I'll save $1. I know I'm going to review it. There's many video reviews which I intend to watch. Nice wooden little piece here, glued on, wooden cap, the press board, particle board, cork, 40% alcohol. They say on the website. Well, it's VS, so it's usually those are usually aged about 2 years, but they use grapes from southern France. And they give tasting notes, which I don't remember, thankfully, because that could cloud my review. I have had many brandies. The Americans, I have Corbel right now, still have a bottle of, but I've had the three big ones, the E&J VS, the Paul Masson VS, the Christian Brothers VS, I'm talking about VS brandies, and I'm trying to think if I had any VS French brandies. Now, are they going to add a VSOP and an XO as they keep aging? I guess they will, I don't know. But anyway, looks like a rooster here and one of those wind, those things that show the wind direction. That's what that is. Imported by CI ROC Distilling Company, Norwalk, Connecticut, which is, of course, Diageo, the makers of Guinness beer, and Johnny Walker, and J&B, and Zacapa rum, and so many other things. So it's mahogany. Are they adding color? I don't know. They might be using charred oak and just wouldn't matter. 2 years, you'd still suck up all that char. By the way, 2 years is usually your VS. Then you go 4 years of VSOP, about 6 years of XO. And by the way, also 2 years is the minimum aging for straight bourbon whiskey in America. And brandy is like grape whiskey. This company, CI ROC, Diageo, but CI ROC is known for making grape vodkas. They also do flavored vodkas, but grape, they say, in their opinion, of course they're making it and trying to sell their grape vodka, of course. They say, well, it's better than grain vodka for, and then they give the reasons. I've never tried any of them. I see that a lot of people like CI ROC. All right. And now on to the brandy. Nice website, boy, I tell you. There is a lot of wood here. It's intense. And to me, I don't know this. I mean, Diageo might call me up and then I might get elected vice president of the world also. But, and say, they don't use charred oak, it's regular oak, it's uncharred barrels. To me, it seems like it's charred oak. And on some tannins from like grape leaves. Very nice, very nice. Mild, nice uniform alcohol legs. Clear, light bodied. Diageo's team, and it's an enormous team because remember, they own so many subsidiaries. Crown Royal, the Johnny Walker people, Buchanan's, Scotch. Trying to think of that brand. We can only get the gold over here. I haven't tried it. J&B. ultra smooth. So if you don't like whiskey or brandy that has a bite or any harshness, this could be the one for you. It's so smooth. It might be smoother than Hennessy, but you didn't hear me say that. Or Courvoisier, didn't say that. Just saying might be. Sort of an oily mouthfeel in a smooth sort of way. I don't know how to say it, like fresh motor oil. Grape leaves, sugar, nougat, dates, golden raisin. Oh, I know what the gold was I was thinking of. I couldn't think of it earlier. VAT 69. That's another old Scotch brand, VAT 69. There's many variants, but the only one I've seen in Louisiana is the VAT 69 Gold. All right. The finish is like short to medium, intermediate, in a short medium finish. Doesn't linger around cloying and gross. I hear a train. Eastbound, Kansas City Southern. Looked like they're just going to do a pickup. I had to reshoot this because somebody decided, like immediately when I pulled the sealer off of here, he started with that loud John Deere lawnmower cutting both yards. It went on for 2 hours. And I said, I gotta reshoot this. It's like so frustrating earlier. And I was ranting about, I'm gonna start doing reviews at 4 in the morning when nobody's up. I mean, I could do it, but it would throw off my schedule because my schedule's pretty set. Starting with beer reviews at 8 a.m. Just one a day usually, but 8 is a good time unless they're starting up the power equipment. Anyway, this is a beautiful bottle. It's got a little wood disc glued on the front, wooden cap. It's clear, it's mahogany, French brandy. I've talked to people, or at least one person from France. She said people in France don't drink brandy. The French Brandy Union or Association is trying to promote brandy consumption in France. They're saying it's not right. We should not be exporting 95% of our product. The United States is renowned for brandy production too, however, but I mean that came in from Europe. I know Russia does too, and like Georgia, Azerbaijan, perhaps. There's brandy big out there too. Caramel candy. I mean, this is like candy. It's but it's 40%. Don't go crazy. But it's so great. I can't wait to watch the video reviews. I'm scoring this an A. If this is not an A, I don't know what's an A. What's an A? I mean, it's most excellent. I don't know how it's going to go against Fundador. The Solera. I have the basic Fundador. Well, I don't know how it's going to do against anybody, but my assumption is going to beat everybody. $30 a bottle, worth every penny. I'm trying to think of like some negatives, like what's wrong with it? There is nothing wrong with this brandy, which is, think along the lines of grape whiskey. Whiskey is made from cereal grains, usually corn and barley malt, but it could be wheat, it could be rye, it could be anything, any cereal grain. Grapes, red grapes, white grapes, don't matter. You can make brandy from apples, apple brandy, Applejack, Laird's and Company, very famous in New Jersey for apple brandy. And then there's orange brandy. You can make brandy from any fruit, but grapes is the preferred one. It's fabulous. I mean, their team must have said, we want something good, and I mean good. And Walmart has it locked in a cabinet, so they're probably worried that it could be lifted, right? And most of their stuff is just on the shelf where you can just grab it, but not this. It's locked away. Introduced in 2018. If they have a VSOP and an XO, will I buy it? Will I buy it? I wouldn't hesitate. I won't hesitate. Now the VSOP would probably be $40. The XO, you're probably looking at $50, but it's probably going to be worth it. They're going up against Hennessy and Courvoisier, obviously, as a above premium brand brandy. Those are cognac brandies, and you say, well, what's the difference between cognac and brandy? Cognac brandy is made only in the Cognac region of France, whereas this is French brandy, meaning it's made anywhere in France. Okay, but it's the same thing essentially. It's like bourbon and whiskey. Bourbon is a type of whiskey. You can have some whiskeys that are not technically bourbon, which will taste like basically identical to bourbon. In other words, early times would be a perfect example of that. Man, this is dynamite. I mean, it's really incredible. But I don't want to overplay it. It's not going to go to A+. When I did the initial review there with all the noise, gave it 94, but I think it's going to go to 95 now. So 9.5 out of 10. Don't see it losing to anybody. I wish I had saved, but I wasn't doing taste challenges back then in 2014 and all that. But I wish I had saved some of the ones I had purchased in the past. Like, for instance, that French brandy, the Fleur de Lis Napoleon VVSOP. That is like a bar brandy. I bought a whole liter for a good price, $12.99 at DoorDash. The price has gone up a lot since, but that thing was just, you can watch the old video, it was just, every sip was just an adventure. And I hated to see it go. And I know they're doing it for mixing. All right, so anyway, 9.5 out of 10, Ciroc VS. It is very special. I mean, it's very special. It's well worth it. Don't be cheap, buy it. It's a fabulous bottle. And I'm gonna end this review by saying, y'all go to France, if you can get over there, and tour whatever the distillery Ciroc is using to make this brandy. The next one coming up is Delacour Napoleon brandy. Yeah, I know they're trying to make it look like Hennessy and they're not succeeding. You know what I'm saying? But and they're fooling no one. VSOP, okay. Which means it's got to be about 4 years old. And it's bottled by Luxco, who was bought out by Midwest Grain Products in 2020. Probably the deal was finalized in 2021, but that 2020 Midwest Grain Products, you know, they make so many products for contract, but they wanted to get into their own brand family, so they bought Luxco, bottled by Luxco. I don't know much about this, except I got it really cheap at Savannah Discount, like about $8.99 for this liter. No, it was $11.99, I think, but still a liter. And I was like, I don't know about Delacour. Started doing some research on it. Apparently all the big restaurants in New Orleans do Delacour specials on happy hour. I was just like Commander's Palace, Antoine's, the Royal Sinesta, you know, the Carousel Bar, etc. Happy hour Delacour, Brandy Alexander, Brandy whatever they're doing. I said, well, okay, so it has a presence in New Orleans. I don't know about your state, so I have to check it out. So anyway, thanks for watching this video production.